Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm just sitting on the floor today. Got my beanie on because it's a little chilly outside. I just came back from work, but I wanted to share with you some books that kind of inspired me this past year into getting into growing things, gardening, plants in general, and just nature stuff. So it's no particular order, but just books that helped me a lot. And the first one is this one. Now, it's going to be inverted. I'm using my front-facing camera to film today. But it's called How Not to Kill Your Houseplants. The title says it all. But I like this book because it's very small. And it's a hardcover. And it was $9. I think it was $9.99. It's like $10 on Amazon. But it goes into detail, and the illustration behind it's just like yeah. See, in school I always looked for books that had this. I don't know if you can see that, but anytime I saw a D and a K, I knew that it was gonna be covered with pictures and information. Like, those are the books that I gravitated towards. I like learning stuff, but I like it because it has the name of the plant, the watering, the lighting, the care. It's all informational, and like each page is one whole plant. So this book is covered with information. It's really useful. I highly recommend it. And this one's more like a Reader's Digest version, because the next one is this one. Now this one's very heavy. I could probably knock a bitch out with this. Like, very heavy. But it's full of secrets. I'm just kidding. It's full of a lot of information. Even stuff like projects on how to build topiaries. Oh, look at that. I want to build one of those soon. Ivy doesn't do well for me because I live in New Mexico and it's very dry. We don't get any humidity. The only humidity we get is if it's over 100 and it's raining the same time. So other than that, we don't get humidity. It's very dry here. So when I get ivy like this, like, it looks so pretty and I want to have it in my room, but I've already went through 3 plants. They get spider mites so fast. I can't keep the humidity. I don't have a humidifier. I probably should get one. If I get a humidifier, you'll see a lot of more ivy in my room. That's for sure. Because right now I only have like 3 cuttings. But this book is very, very, very well arranged with its information, because not only does it have like a lot of information about all these plants, they're arranged in the book in a way where it's easy to follow, because towards the beginning, like, the first part of it is just like how to care for it, what pot to use, and then they have it separated by easy to grow towards challenging to grow. And like, it's like towards the end, like, there's not that much. So it doesn't look like there's much. See, if you're ever having any self-doubt, just know that the list of challenging grow plants is very small compared to the ones that are easy to grow. So it should give you an idea that gardening is only as hard as you make it. But it even goes into detail over holiday plants, which is very important, because around Halloween to like January, February, around the holiday seasons, that's only a certain time of the year where certain plants get put out to be sold. And those are usually the Norfolk Island pines, the Christmas cactus, poinsettias, and like the paper whites or amaryllis. You'll see a lot of those types of plants during the holidays. And it's cool that this book actually shows healthcare, how to care for the health of your plant, and pest control. But I like this one because it comes with how to make a water garden, like little things you can do with it. So it says $30. I don't know if I paid $30, probably did, but I got this one on Amazon, and it's very well written. Now, with houseplants, you kind of get into like I feel like it's common knowledge that a lot of people see the pothos vine, and they know that if they cut it and put it in water, they can root it, and that's easy to share. Pothos are really easy to share. They're the vines that you go into a bank or the city hall, and you'll see someone on their desk. They have vining plants just growing inside the office. Those are pothos. Those are very easy to grow, and they're easy to share. But what about other house plants? Like, can I share this snake plant, or can I share, is there other ways I can share plants? I found this book, and it's called Root, Nurture, Grow. And it's a hardcover, pretty thick book. And it's very informational, like how to share plants using the runner's method. Now this is for chlorophytum, the spider plant, which I have one. It actually has a baby, but I'm not going to take it off because it's a spider plant, and it just looks cute the way it is. Plus, the spiderling is like this big, so I'm just going to let it get bigger. But it's just very informational on how to share other plants besides just a pothos cutting. You know, it shows you how to cut the leaves off successfully, how to root softwood cuttings. So if you have like a willow tree, or you're near a park in your town that has a willow tree and you want one, but you don't want to go and buy a whole tree for like 100 something. So it shows you how you can get pruners and just snip off a segment. It shows you what to use to root it with, how to cover it, how to maintain it until it roots, and then you'll have your own willow tree. But this plant, let's see. All right, sorry, I was looking for the way that they cut this. Like, did you know that you can propagate from leaf vein cutting? So instead of just cutting the stem of the leaf off the plant and sticking that in water, you can actually, it shows you how some plants, not all of them, I can't say all of them do this, but they slice up the plant and they cut it into separate pieces of a single leaf. They like slice the hell out of it, and it's just a leaf, but they just pot it in soil to propagate it, to send more roots and to grow a plant from a sliced up leaf. I thought that was pretty interesting, because usually we see ways like this where you just get the leaf from the stem and you pop that in water, but to see them actually cut up the leaf itself and still propagate from that, that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is a really good book if you want to learn how to share houseplants, or if you want to, it's actually a good way to propagate into detail. Sorry, there's a hair. But I like it because it saves you money. Because with peace lilies, I love peace lilies. Like, they're really easy to take care of. But you can divide them. You could take a peace lily out of the pot, and you could turn one peace lily into 2 separate plants. And you can do that over time and keep doing that and still maintain the ones that you've had before. And then you'll have like a whole bunch of houseplants, but it saves you $10 a plant from the local nursery or the big box store that they sell them. So it actually saves you money to share your stuff or to propagate. Now, to go back to the roots of where I fell in love with plants, let's talk about this one. Now, this one is like, it's the complete book of cacti and succulents. And they're not joking. You'd be surprised with a book that this thin would have like encyclopedias worth of different, each type of species of a plant. And it goes into detail, like Rubutia. I don't have one. I really want one because I like their flowers. But they're very prolific bloomers. And each plant that they have, they dedicate the entire page for that species. So it goes into detail over separate types of relatives within that genus. He goes into detail over how much temperature they can handle, how much sunlight they can handle, and it shows their growth rates. This is pretty interesting. It shows their growth rates. So this is their growth rate that it'd be inside the house, and this is how it would look if it was planted outside. Now, of course, only if you're in the correct zone to plant these outside. That's pretty cool. But most of these are just house plants if you live more north, because they can't survive the freezing cold, obviously. But yeah, it's very informative. Really, really good. I highly recommend this for beginners. Like if you want to get cactus and succulents, if you want to get into that, it's very important to be knowledged or know that what you're learning is coming from a credible source. So anytime you hear me talk about plants or cactus or anything in the future, I do my research. Like I really do read. Like I don't know, some people don't read that much, but I got 2 bookshelves right here. I love books. I love reading. I like knowing. I think, I don't know, it could be a Gemini thing, but I love knowing all that I know about what I want to talk about, because it prevents me from losing any kind of debate, argument, discussion. Like if you know everything that you're talking about, whatever you're talking about, it just pays to be knowledgeable. It just pays to be intellectual and to have a brain that's like a sponge and absorb information and retain it. I don't know. I love that. I love that. So yeah, look, it even shows you how to take care of. These are really ugly. To me, they're ugly. They look like little earth booties. Bunch of stone booties. Like if Sir Mix-a-Lot was a houseplant. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is a really good book. I think I want to say I paid $12. It says 20. I mean, I feel bad for the Canadians. They have to pay $6 more. That's shitty. But it's a really good book. I highly recommend. But yeah. And then this year, I'm getting into gardening. I bought this book, say 2018 I bought this book, but I never really cared for it because I didn't see myself at the time growing vegetables or growing fruit in my own area. But when so I was out of town and I went to a antique. It's kind of like a antique mall or an antique store, but the things there aren't really expensive. They're not like antique where things are like a dresser's like 600 because it was from the 18th century or something. It's not like that. It's more like a flea market, but like garage sale. And I was looking in the library, but when I walked in there, the lady at the front, she runs a cash register. She was telling, like, you only have 20 minutes because we're fixing to close. And I was like, okay. And I'm on my way home already. And I mean, I had the time, but I felt rushed at the same time. So I just immediately went to the book aisle. I just went straight to the books. I was like, let me see what I can get, because the books are really expensive online. Even I don't have a bookstore. There's no Barnes & Noble nearby. Closest one is like 4 hours away. But I just went to the books and see what books I can get. And in that short amount, she said 20 minutes, and it felt like 5-10 minutes the way I felt rushed. But I just picked this one out. And this is Gardening 101. And I paid $5. $5. And when I went, okay, so I got this book. I was like, you know what, I'm going to try and get into gardening. It was the only one that caught my interest at the time. So I just grabbed it, went up to the register, and I just gave it to her. And like, yeah, this is going to be it. And she just looked at me like, gardening, huh? And I was like, you judgmental bitch. How dare you? But then again, I had black nail polish on. I think I was wearing my leather jacket. And I look like, probably, what are these? Like hoodlums? I guess that's what they call them. I don't know. So I guess it was easy to judge me for that. But whatever. I mean, at least I'm going to grow my own strawberries this year. But yeah, I don't know. She kind of pissed me off. So it tempted me to even like focus more on this book. I'm just like, that lady. I don't know. Every time I think about this damn book, I just think of that lady with that judgmental face on my face. Like, oh, gardening, huh? Yeah, I'll show you this year, bitch. I'm gonna grow my own potatoes. I'm gonna be all about my greens. I'm gonna show her. That's the reason. I mean, I wish I can go back. It's like, It's like a 4-hour drive from here. But next time I'm there, I want to take you guys with me too, see if she's still working there. I hope she sees this too, so she knows that I ain't playing around. Watch, just stay in touch. You'll see my garden. So I think that's all the books. Yeah, all the books that I have. I only have 5 on planting. I got a lot more books, but they're on random stuff. If you want to see me review some random, I mean, that's what I'm gonna do anyways. I really don't need y'all's opinions, but I got a lot of stuff I want to show you guys. So, what to expect of my channel? You can expect anything really. I like anytime I catch interest on something, I go head fast into information about where it came from, all this stuff. Like I want to know more and I want to do more. So that's what I'm gonna do this year. So if you guys like gardening, if you like plants as much as I do, I was gonna get into makeup. Like I even bought, hold on, it's right here. I bought this book. It's from Sephora. I got this at Hastings. Rest in peace, Hastings. But before they closed, I wanted this book that from there for so long. Let me see how much it was, because I keep passing on it because it was too expensive. I didn't have money at the time, but I would always go into Hastings and I'd go and I'd get it, and I would secretly just go through and read everything, go through it, and then I'd put it back. But when I put it back, I would hide it. I'd hide it in the religious section, and I'd hide it behind a bunch of books, hoping that nobody would buy it. And luckily it stayed there because this is Hobbes. But it stayed there. So when they were fixing to close and they were going out of business, and you know, they had a lot of stuff for sale. It's like finally they marked it down, and I think I paid less than what it was, way less than what it was, obviously, but it's so informational. Okay, so I actually wanted to be on YouTube a long time ago, but it was during the whole Jeffree versus Kat dilemma in the beauty industry. It really demotivated me a lot because they're two people that I look up to. Like if you see, those are all Kat Von D's books. I got 3 of them right there. And I really looked up to her as an artist. So to see the beauty industry kind of put her on the back burner when she was very influential in today's beauty industry artist, Jeffree, and to see that little disagreement between them two be so influential with today's influencers on the beauty community, it just kind of demotivated me. It was like an ugly feeling. It was just so toxic, and I still bought this book because I was hoping that, you know, maybe I'd feel influenced to do some more makeup stuff, but maybe I will. I don't know, because I really love makeup, you guys. I like beautiful things. When I took cosmetology and we started learning about cosmetic stuff, and then I would always play with makeup on friends, and to see that transition of them, as when you see a woman and you don't see her at her fullest, and then you have the power with makeup to transform that woman and show the beauty on the outside that she has on the inside. I never saw that a lot. I don't see that a lot in YouTube makeup world today. I mean, I'm not trying to bash anybody on YouTube that's into makeup. Like, I mean, if you're very passionate about it, you have my full respect. But what I noticed more lately is that you don't see a lot of the passion of makeup, like the power to transform a woman that doesn't very smile much, and then after you put that makeup on her, she just has this glow like nothing can defeat her, and it's amazing to see that. But I don't know, I feel like today it's just about like, it's about how many views you can get, how many reviews can you do to get more money from PR, and it's just money, money, money. It's so, the passion has been taken over by commission, and that's just my opinion. I mean, I'm saying that now, but a week from now you could see me doing a makeup review, but it's because I have passion for it. It's just to put it out there and to be part of the beauty industry. Like I've always wanted. I've always wanted to be on Kat's team. I've always wanted, like I saw myself for a long while doing that. But lately it's just been demotivating. I don't know. I've been focusing more on making things beautiful with nature, not so much human people. I don't know. I guess my patience for humanity has transitioned to plants, and that explains why I have no friends and 87 cactus. But I'm okay with that because I'm me. And who knows, maybe I'll change my mind if you guys want to see something. Because I love playing with makeup. Not on myself, I don't really like wearing it. But I love transforming a person who doesn't see themselves on the outside as much as they feel for the inside, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I don't know, just to see that glow up of a woman that doesn't really wear makeup, kind of unsure about herself, kind of has self insecurities, and then to just see them smile, like the smile is different when a woman's not very happy with herself. You can kind of tell how her smile is, and then compared to a transformation, I mean, you're not really doing a lot. You're just enhancing what she already has that she can't see, and I think that's very, very beautiful. And I like to do that, but right now I'm just not feeling inspired to do that. I mean, I like to, but I've been focusing on plants lately because plants, it gives me a purpose in life to leave nature behind when I leave. So, I don't know. I might get into it, but this is a really good book too. It's very informational. It's very outdated, I would tell you that, because Too Faced hasn't made that product in years. A lot of stuff is like, I mean, Bobbi Brown's good, don't get me wrong, but they don't make that no more. And the Lorac. See, a lot of these brands were famous before influencers made them famous. So I don't feel that bad. But yeah, it's very helpful. In fact, this is just like if a beauty blogger was a book, this would be what, I mean, it's basically what it tells you information stuff on how to fix things, and then it shows the product on what product to buy. So it's the same thing as beauty bloggers are doing. It's just a book version. But it's a really good book. Highly recommend it. I don't remember how much I paid for it. But rest in peace, Hastings. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Hopefully I inspired somebody to either get into makeup or get into plants or get into something beautiful or something nice to look at in this world. I know it's very ugly outside. It's very cold and a lot of people tearing each other down, but I don't know. I think focusing on growing trees or growing sunflowers this year is going to be a lot more beneficial to my mentality other than, you know, staying on social media, watching other people do it and feeling stuck. So I'm going to unstuck myself this year. And if you want to follow along, you can subscribe to this channel. And if you like it, leave a like. If you don't, I don't care. Move along. I don't know what to tell you. But it's been, I don't know. This is alright it's not my first video, but it's going to be a challenge because I just have it's personal. But we'll get there. I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, bye.